Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Victorious 89.1 WAKP.
Your unity in the community station.
One volunteer with a range of products embodies fundamental nutrients necessary to maintain beautiful and healthy hair care without having to combine with a suite of hair care products. The One by One Care products are designed to rejuvenate, moisturize, create shine, fortify, and stimulate hair growth while leaving your hair feeling weightless and luxurious. Be sure to visit our website at www.onebyankaaya.com and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at One by One Care. Let's get your healthy hair care journey started today.
Well, welcome. Big of yourself, Sister Julie. Yes. Well, welcome to Reasoning Thursdays with yours truly, Lady D. Mama Acid is MIA today. Yeah, so I'm holding it down for the two of us until Mama Acid can get in. I'm hoping that I'm not choppy and that you all are hearing me just fine via the YouTube, WhatsApp, and Facebook. And also that we're coming through very clear through the DAPowerhouseradio.com. Our numbers at 667-930-9036. And also through our tuning apps. Also coming clear through Victorious Radio 89.1 FM. We ask that each and every one share the links, share the information that we are here each and every Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Myself and Mama Acid is Reasoning Thursday. And there is some power outage going on in Michigan. So Mama Acid is unable to join us. As soon as the power comes up, then she's going to be joining us. Also, should be joining us is MACKIE Conscious, a reggae singer out of Montego Bay, Jamaica. I've had the privilege of listening to MACKIE music, and also I've been watching a little of some of his thing there, his perspectives on a couple of things, and always enlightened by the music and so on. So, as we continue our entertainment from right here, I thought that it would be great. Myself and Mama Acid thought that it would be great if we can have different artists on, especially the entertainment, because we don't have an entertainment program, which we're working on that now, is to have an entertainment program all about entertainment right here on the Powerhouse. Just talk, a couple of us, and just reason entertainers and so on. So this is starting it and kicking it into the big gear. And we're going to be announcing the date and the time for that in the future coming up. All righty. So welcome to Reasoning Thursday. Each and every Thursdays right here with yours truly, Lady D and Mama Acid's number right here in the studio is 706-955-2001. That's 706-955-2001. Alrighty, and just gonna start and we just chit chat a little bit, and hopefully, big ups yourself, blossom, large up yourself. Each and every one that is hitting us up via text and logging in. Welcome, welcome for those who's just joining us. Welcome to Reasoning Thursday. Alrighty, yeah. So a lot has been going on. Really, lots of things have been going on, and you know, the subway shooting. When that subway shooting had just came about, so much person was saying, "Oh, I think he's a white guy. I think he's a white guy." Immediately, they stereotype and say they feel that it's a white person that that committed it, and it's a black man that did that. And I just wonder what's going through people's mind now in this world. What is going on in people's mind? I'm gonna bring on Mackie Conscious on what's doing. Greetings, greetings,
Greetings.
greetings. How you doing? How you doing? Can you hear me good?
I'm having a little distortion. I don't know why. If it is my end or yours.
Uh,
And it's very low. Do you want to give me a few? Let me go and grab a earphone and see if that will make it better.
okay, yes. Let's.
All right, just give me a couple of seconds, okay?
All right. Yes. Well, it's also Wednesday, Thursday. My mom's been having a little situation going on where she's at no power, and we know that's the worst thing that can happen is having no power. Is having no power. But as I was saying before, we was talking about the gentleman that did the man that did the shooting in Brooklyn. What is going on with people, the anger and feeling that you need to take it out on persons. So I have a lot of questions as to that. I'm gonna be reasoning and taking away. Mama Acid had a whole bunch of questions as well that she wanted us to reason on with Mackie. So we're just going to talk a little bit about entertainment and what's going on in the entertainment industry. As we started it last week, we discussed even the Will Smith situation, and with having an artist such as Mikey Conscious, we want to. Oh, okay. Is that any better? Am I sounding a little bit better and a little bit clearer? Please let me know. Continue to hit me up and let me know if I'm sounding a little bit clearer when on the mic. Okay. Numbers right here 706-955-2001 is the number. That's 706-955-2001. Okay, yeah, I did get I sound a little bit clearer. All right, well that's a good thing. That's a good thing that I sound a little bit clearer. I don't know if the distortion is not by any maybe so. I need to get everything checked out and updated and all of these things. Once again, 706-955-2001. Welcome, welcome to my listeners that are listening via our Powerhouse Radio. Thanks for linking me. Big up yourself. Mackie Conscious, greetings, greetings. Mama asked,
Well,
Mama, is the distortion gone a little bit?
yeah, I'm still hearing the distortion even with the earphone, but let's see if we can work through it.
All right, great, great. Mama Acid, I'm waiting to see if she can log on. They are having a bit of a heavy storm where she is at, and in Michigan, and she's unable to join us. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, just a little, yeah.
That's a little better. I think that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was where the feedback was coming through. I had it too high. All righty.
Okay,
That's a little better.
much better.
Okay, great, great. All right. She's having a storm. They're having a storm in Michigan, and
Okay,
yeah, her power is out. So she's says she's gonna try her best to see how she can get a linkage on us. That was the message that I got from her. But I've been watching a little bit of your perspective on things, and we've started a segment where we're speaking about the entertainment industry and what is going on in the entertainment industry. And we thought to get artists, entertainers, on the program as well to express themselves. And I know you're on one of the powerhouse group and so on. And I follow your posts and your blogs and so on. So I got a little, you make some interesting points, and
okay.
in a lot of your reasonings from your perspective. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and Mama Acid had some questions where she had forwarded to me yesterday, and I had some questions, and it's I don't want it to be like a question answer. I want us to reason on the subject, as to
Okay,
entertainment. Um,
okay.
I've heard a lot and lots of different views as to what reggae is. What does reggae for you? What does reggae really, from your perspective, what does reggae really stand for? Um, what does it stands for, and how it is not being implemented in music now?
All right. Reggae come out of Jamaica, of course. Come from the era of ska, rocksteady, transition into reggae. Reggae came to a music, what you call not just the music, but the contents of the lyrical contents. It's more of a social breakdown, equalization, is about struggle, fighting against whatever there is oppression, all this kind of thing. That's for me where the foundation of reggae is coming from. So of course the beat, of course we can consider there's a beat of reggae. But what the beat carries also is the contents of the lyrics, what you want to say, what you want to do. And it's always about love, peace, unity. If you check it, some of the foundation of the reggae where Bob Marley is the greatest up to this day.
Yeah,
Come from the feel of Rastaman where you talk about one love, you talk about peace and love when you talk about Rasta. So every single thing coming from those era from that time until this time is about the vehicle that break down the barriers. Free Mandela, apartheid, free Africa, South Africa, and we use this music as a vehicle to transit all those thoughts because we are not politicians and we probably don't speak the best language because most reggae artists didn't go to university.
yeah,
So they use what you call the intelligence, what we call the grassroots talk and the name to get your message across, and you use the music as the vehicle. So for me, that is what we call the foundation of reggae, which come with a particular style and beat. So music now become the music of reggae music, which we say it is Jamaican.
okay. So
Mhm.
with it being all of these things, a question that came in with it being all of these things, um, with it being with w- back to like Soldier for the awards, right?
Right.
Winning the awards. A lot of persons were really upset with that, and with your perspective on what reggae is, because
Mm.
I had lots of individuals. One that stood out to me was that one person said to me, Grammy has nothing to do with reggae music. Reggae music is um prophetic music, or music of prophecies. Reggae music is spirit, musical, radical, revolutionary. Someone sent that to me. Music promoting positive thoughts and action. Um, isn't soldier music basically doing the same thing?
I want to say yes.
Okay,
So truthfully, I don't have a problem with Soldier winning the Grammy.
okay,
Frankly, as it relates to Grammy in the first place, Jamaica is the foundation of reggae music, where reggae is made. So in truth, Grammy should not be of any significance we Jamaica should be given the award for our music. We
Yeah.
know the criteria, we know what reggae is, we know the foundation, how it was made, and what it means. So, technically speaking, Jamaica dropped the ball
Yeah.
as it relates to we should be giving our award for our thing.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, as it relates to Soldier winning the Grammy, there is not a problem with Soldier winning the Grammy. And that's I'm happy for this because I want to clarify that.
All right.
Soldier played our music and used it to win us in our own thing. So my contention is not with Soldier winning. My contention is our inability to even compete with somebody else outside of Jamaica,
Okay.
to using our thing that we create to win us in it. And it is because we, the organization, the government, the governance, not the government, because it's more than one government, the governance of our music and what we have done through the years that cause reggae seemingly not to be relevant or to be, as far as I'm concerned, in Jamaica or on our side, we have lost reggae because of our carelessness.
I never thought that the Grammy ever respected reggae in the first place because
Right,
we've never even had the opportunity of going on stage. You know what I mean? To collect the awards. Everything has always been background as like the hairstylists and the makeup artists and all of those who get their
right,
awards behind stage. We've never been in the forefront, I say, as to
right.
respectively receiving our award on stage, on camera, and all of that stuff. Um, but with our reggae music and our artists, because I've saw you referenced a lot to Bob Marley and say, well, Bob Marley is still the top of the um
The king of reggae.
King of reggae. After over 50
Right,
years, everyone is still going back to Bob Marley. So
right.
my question is with a lot of artists such as yourself, and
Yeah.
we're doing reggae.
Mm.
What do you think is stopping your music from propelling, such as Bob Marley, the music that you all are representing? I have been a follower of Mackie Conjures for some, I think, some 10 years now, if not more, maybe
Right.
15. I have a lot of your music, and I've had the privilege of um, interviewing you several times.
Mhm.
Um, I play reggae. I play all of your music. My favorite, and I think I said that to you one of the time, was "What If" and "Leave the Crumbs Alone." I
Right.
always like to play those two music all the time. It's in my playlist, and
Mhm.
it's always played right here on the Powerhouse Radio. I could say that.
Right.
With Bob Marley being the reference to reggae all the time, being the forefront to reggae. Everything is Bob Marley. What's going on with the music that you all as artists are doing now? Why it is stunted and just and Bob Marley is ruling everything? You kind of follow what I'm saying?
I understand you clearly.
Okay.
All right. Let me give you my perspective on that.
All right.
Over the years, there are several different kinds of music. They say people will get a chance to love what you give to them. If you don't hear my music, you can't like it. Similarly, if you don't advertise a show, no one will come, right? The music that has been coming up out of Jamaica for a period of time, there was a time when people would look to Jamaica for what is next, what is hot, what is going on.
Right.
Now, in Jamaica, there are quite a few artists or styles or different genres of music that come out and is beaten up on the people, played on the people, but not just on the radio, off radio, in the dances, in the party. These music are promoted. They are promoted on the new generation. They are being given to the new generation in various styles, even what you want to call gun lyrics.
Yeah.
A lot of that is given to the people. So it now become the norm that this is it that we need to have. But yet, foreigners like Soldier is still loving up our thing and making it international even more than us. So many of us sing a lot of things. If you notice a song I sing with Lucky Me No Lucky,
Mm-hmm.
where that is a song I specifically did, it's not talking about luck, it's talking about it's because I don't have the number one money why I don't win the Grammy. There were some people who pay to play and still happen. They pay a lot of money to get all the airplay and the disc jocks. There are some people who are patriotic Jamaican and say, I will promote the real thing. But some people, as long as you get paid to play what is nonsense and garbage, you will just play it for pay. So a lot of the music that have been played over a period of time was being paid, were being played for pay or for a friend. So they turn their back on the truth as to what sustaining your music, promoting what is yours, what is Jamaican. And if you check the music that is coming out of Jamaica now, it is not even Jamaican made.
Yeah.
It is a copy or pieces of other foreign stuff that attaches itself. I don't know if it is trap. It is not even the original dance hall music. 'Cause it used to have real beats of reggae. The contents of the lyric that is now destroying the brains and the minds of this generation that make it become a part of them. Shoot a gun in a man's head, you have to see the blood a run. Now that become the generation and we are now growing what we call a heartless generation that find it normal to pick up a gun and shoot it in a man's head because you have learned it from the music, it become a part of you. So it gets to a point where people like us or myself who sing quite a bit of these what you call music to what you say, leave the crumbs alone. Can't be a friend if you're not loyal. Can't be a king if you're not royal. The world is in trouble. To alert you of what is going on even in Ukraine and will we ever see nuclear activity? Follow your dreams, believe in yourself. Now these are shelves. So when all these are beaten upon the society, the foreign so we do it, our what we call radios, and without apology, our radio. Some of the times, like I saw a guy, he went and he climbed a pole at Zip Radio and he got on all the major stage shows. Now, if I want to make it on the major media, I probably need to just hold with Usain Bolt and box him down, then I would make it even CNN. So that's how I need to get popular. So people now start to do things because to get in the mainstream, to get the hits on the YouTube and whatever there is, you have to start do outside of what is real.
Yeah.
The music that you want to make to create and elevate or do something for the next generation, they don't promote that. So now police is running down everybody to kill them because they are gunmen.
Let me ask you something, Mackie.
Yeah.
With artists back in the day, such as Bob Marley, Mighty Diamonds, all of the old time artists, Dennis Brown, all of them.
Mm.
At that time, dancehall it wasn't even really
Right,
created, wasn't even there like that.
right.
Do you feel that the push that they are having, the success, since we're still talking about those artists as still being the forefront of conscious music, reggae music, do you think that in some ways the playing field wasn't too fair because they at that time they didn't have the competition of
Mm,
the negative, so much negative music?
mm.
Do you think in some way that may play a part of it?
All right, in those days, let us say Jamaica music began, there were less people singing, less artists, so to speak. So
Right,
in truth, when there you might find at that time you find 20 artists. We
right.
didn't have as much recording studios. If you want, I live in Montego Bay, you want to go to a studio, you have to go to Kingston, you have to make arrangements, you have to this. So we couldn't make a song a day. You understand? No, those days you have to sit down, you get the rehearsal and rehearse with the band for 3 months, and then you would have move out and gone to Kingston to record a song. Now we get in a faster time where a man create a beat on his phone, on his laptop. So there are so many other music that people can create in one day. Three, four, five, six, seven in one day. So the competition of putting out the music is more. So in those times, reggae, Altanellis, all those people was the music of the day.
Right.
So the only thing that existed then was reggae. Now, after it gets to a point where other forms of music start to
Hold the line.
crisscross, okay, other forms of music start to crisscross and start to push reggae on a little back burner.
Yeah.
And we realize now that there are thousands of songs are made per day, and people get into the system and pushing those songs. There were no one to say, let us preserve the foundation that we began. So I mentioned even one of my blog, Mackie Conscious views, that reggae need a government. No, not
Yes.
a ministry.
I wanted to talk to you about that too. But before we go further, we have a caller. Greetings, caller.
Hi, hello. Um, Marky Conscious, you're talking true things. It's true thing you're talking about. The thing too with the reggae thing is that reggae music nowadays is not like the reggae music back in the Bob Marley days.
No.
So there's a lot
Right,
of the entertainers, the reggae, conscious reggae singers, them don't get noticed like back then. Because
right,
the majority of the foreigners nowadays, them don't think of reggae music as reggae music. Them think of dancehall music as reggae music or Jamaican music. And then they know the difference with the styles and the meaning of the music them, the different kind of music them. But everything you're saying so far, true facts on that. True facts on that.
yeah.
And
Respect that.
everybody needs to take a listen to that. And when you're talking about the Grammy, the different segment is true. Because when I think there's any kind of real Jamaican artist that vote to the right kind of reggae music.
Right.
Or they vote to the Caribbean music or anything like that. The same way when I think that notice them have the Latin the part them are, the Latin singers them and what's that. And that don't even go through neither. But we don't come out saying we can't continue talking because we enjoying this stuff. So
Well,
go
you,
on ahead. Go on.
well,
Let me
you,
hear right
you,
now.
you never
That's
have to
enough.
rush off. You never have to rush
You
off.
see, you see, I want to mention something again about the Grammy. Technically speaking, the Grammy is doing Jamaica a favor,
Yeah.
Grammy has created an award for Jamaica music because we Jamaica has failed to create award for our music.
Yeah.
So Grammy is actually keeping what you call reggae music international alive because we who have the ability to create the award to award our music. If we have let's say we have a Jamaica music, reggae music award, people from right around the world can probably Soldier would come and win anyway
Yeah.
because we would put a standard as to what is reggae. If Jamaica have a standard as to what is reggae and we realize that reggae is made in Jamaica, we must preserve what you make, like how people have oil in Iran and Iraq and they sell their oil. So
But
every single thing out of Jamaica to music should be our thing. We create it and keep it alive and keep it going. If we don't, somebody else will take it.
but is that not is there not already a governance like as to what reggae a description, let's say, as to what reggae is? Because
No.
you yourself have stated what reggae is, the where it derives from, the meaning of it, everything. Is it reggae itself, or is it the promotional aspect of reggae music? um and because I don't know if there's a way that we can just not stop anyone from, because I listened to your video as to your governance, and I was saying, how can we stop persons from using reggae or using music of singing music of oppression um with their with their beats? How can we
All
stop
right.
that in your
We
governance?
can't stop a man if we in the first place as Jamaica they
Yeah.
put that great value on reggae, like how Russia put great value on their oil. You don't just go into Russia and dig out their oil,
Mhm.
or in Iraq and dig their oil. If we Jamaica, that's why I said Jamaica need a government, not a ministry of government, because reggae music is bigger than the country itself. We are known right around the world for reggae. People know reggae and Bob Marley more than how they know the Prime Minister of Jamaica,
Yes.
right? That
Mhm.
means if we as a Jamaica, through these governments over the years, did take reggae as what you call our natural resource, we don't go to university to play reggae. White people play reggae and it take them a long time because it is not a part of them. Reggae is a part of us. How we play the one drop and how we play that it comes normal. White man have the other nationality have to struggle to get it like us. So they perfect in it is a hard task for them where it is easy for us. So if you come down to the beat, it being the vehicle to carry the lyrical contents. If we as Jamaica did put that together and preserve it as a national icon, national interest, we would have set it in a way where the copyright in it is so bad that any man call the name reggae will have to pay for it. Just like our man can say if a man sing a piece of your melody, they will have to pay you for it. I remember a couple of people get sued, Rihanna and someone, Rich Steven and some of these people,
Right.
just for using,
People music, lyrical.
right? That means through the years, our system of governments did not put that focus to that extent on the value of reggae. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So what we could just like how you can say you have bauxite as your natural resource. Now we're going into tourism like that is our natural resource. When tourism, technically speaking, is a servant industry,
Yeah.
we are now into servicing or serving people. When we could have our natural resource being reggae, once you talk about Iran, you hear about oil, and we can say, yo, anywhere around the world, we are going to stop reggae from play because we own it. We create our own annual award where when it comes to reggae, if you from around the world want to enter the reggae thing, you can send in your reggae thing and then we can say this is a criteria. If you're not up to that standard, you don't win. But we don't do that.
Great.
So if there was no Grammy, where would there be a standard to say this is the highest level of reggae? So we still have to thank Grammy, even though it's a backbench thing. Cause it's for them thing we can't tell them what to do with it.
Us out there, and
Huh?
like you said, they're putting us out there too. And like you said, it's their thing. So if
Yeah,
we want our thing to run a certain way, it's for us to create that. We have a comment here. Berlin says the Afrobeat is taking over because it's smooth and have the reggae rhythm. And then she
right.
also says true statement. I
The,
guess it's true statement to what you were
the
saying.
Afrobeat, it is not reggae. It is just another beat that comes up.
Right.
And of course, it is nice. So we can, at least it's part of our culture too, because we come from the African foundation and we give respect to that. And if Afrobeat take over, if we were balancing reggae, if reggae can continue for years, where Bob Marley died in 1972 and still prominent up to now, can you imagine if we were harnessing the legacy of the music? Barry Salmon said to me personally at a backstage at a Rebel Salute, and he said to me, boy, my youth, I hear some tune for you.
Yeah.
If I never bust in at that time before this the dancehall era when the music started to change, then in truth I would never they would never heard about me. There was a time when if you realize Barry Salmon music is technically living off of the music he made in a certain era and a certain time,
Yes.
because they were popular number one. You hardly hear any new Barris, Barrington, Levy, all those artists through the era of dancehall coming up to now. It is those music that exist, and if we don't do anything about it, Barris will eventually become irrelevant. Because if you check it, let us say old hits music is supposed to be music of the last 20 years now.
Mm.
There was a time you go to an old hit session a year, Alton Ellis, Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, Cornel Camp for an old hits session. If you go to an old hit session now, who are you going to hear? Vibes Cartel, the
Yeah,
music of the last 20 years.
I went the other day to this I was invited the other day to this function. Um it's retro oldies.
Right,
I went because I can't take too much of the excitement, in
right,
my ears. So I went thinking that it was going to be some good music.
right.
And it's sad that I say it that way, good music, but
Yeah,
that's where my heart lies is in the older music. And when I went, it was all of this, like you said, vibes, and I was like, so where is this is the retro.
All right, which is correct.
And I said, what you say to me? You know, Juliet says that that's a good idea for the government, for the governance. But do we want the government really regulating reggae music?
No, I am not talking about even the government doing it. I
Oh,
am talking about Jamaica itself to set up. It's like how you have the government with prime minister, minister of this, minister of that.
yeah,
Jamaica, we need one entire government of itself, not the government regulating reggae. People from, let us say, the people in the business of the music form a government where one man is prime minister of reggae because reggae music is bigger than Jamaica itself. If you understand what I mean, you that talk about a
you feel
country in a country.
outside of the government, you feel like
Yes,
artistry in the entertainment industry
exactly.
collectively come together
Yeah,
and form a board
right,
in other words, and each person is to be given a duty as to what they need to oversee basically. And
right.
I would wonder if all of the artists or all of the producers so on would really come together and do such a thing.
You see, one of the things that is important is patriotism
Yeah,
because if we lose, 'cause you see, a lot of people is about my life today.
right.
And we don't realize that if you live today and don't leave anything for the next generation, you today have destroyed the next generation.
Yes, definitely.
That is why so many people do so many things just to be paid. And you're paid and enjoy your life and left a mess behind.
Yeah,
I always say your role model is even people you don't want to be like.
yeah,
So everyone is your role model. Because there are some people you create a role that you will never want to be. You use them as your example. I remember an artist tell me that when me big like he will realize why him never call me back after me help him a lot. So I use that as a speech that I will never use on another man. So
yeah.
he become my role model.
Okay.
So if we in this generation, whether in music or outside of music, remember that if we touch the face of this earth, we have a responsibility to leave something because everything we learn to talk from people who used to talk.
Yeah,
We learn to walk because we see people walk.
yeah,
If we set something as a foundation as to what can I leave that like how we talk about Marcus Garvey now, we
yeah.
talk about Bob Marley, and those people didn't plan to be any national hero. Marcus Garvey never planned for that. He
No.
just did what he had to do, and his works is left behind. Similarly to you might be kind to somebody, or people just see how you react and do some things in life, and they say they want to be like you. That's just a legacy you left, just your action and your attitude.
All right. Donna Moody says after they took out Bob Marley, they put in Yellow Man with a different type of lyrical content that started to push out the conscious message. Although I love King Yellow Man. She also says, although I love, oh, yeah, she repeat that. Berlin says, but will the Jamaican government allow something like that?
Well, like for me, my duty is to speak like I am speaking now.
Right.
I get an opportunity to say, suggest, and openly say it is up to who want to take it from there because technically we are big people. We may not be here for another 50 years.
Mhm.
But if we get an opportunity to say what we have to say, whether they want to take it or do it, just like you tell the children, don't go over there and then go over there and you're not stopping them because you already told them not to. If they fall in a hole, you just turn off your phone so nobody call you. You have
Right.
played your role to make a preventative. So what I am doing and saying right now, I'm playing my role to put in my views and opinions. That's why I create the channel Mackie Conscious View. And I always say it is my opinion.
Yes.
If when I give my opinion, I hope it can resonate with someone, some people that can take the message, not for power and glory and our fame, But because I am patriotic and I've gone through the ropes of this music, of making a lot of music that could have gone in the realms. Like somebody asked me who could be the next Barbara, let me say me.
Yes. When
And is when them start listening to my music, them say, boy, you know, easy. You see what I mean? So they never hear them all along because the people to play them, they just play whatever they thought. And I said
and
before, Vibes Cartel
and
is 21st century Bob Marley.
yeah, and not in defense of anyone, but within myself being my own radio station,
Mm,
myself having my own platform, that and I structure my own programs.
yeah,
I'm able to do a lot more than a lot of radio stations, because a lot of radio stations runs off of money.
right.
It takes a lot to run them. I
Mm,
have a studio, and yes, it took me a lot to build it, and I'm able to carry across my program without financing from anyone.
right.
And here and there, I may get sponsorships here and there, and so on. So for me, it's a lot more easier
Mm,
for me to play what I like to play and what I
mm,
feel that my listeners love to hear. So I'm
right,
able to play that without anyone over my shoulder, anyone um telling me you cannot play that.
right,
You
right,
can only do
right,
10 minutes of this, 5 minutes of there. But the other stations, in defense of them, they have staff that they're paying. They have all of
right.
these things that they are paying. And maybe artists who are singing cultural music
Mm,
they're unable to pay any eartime. They're
right,
unable to help to sustain that radio station. And like you said, the
right,
Bukaraga music, the other type of music is whom getting the airplay because of
right,
the fact that they are paying to get their
right.
airplay. And it's sad that it has to be a payola kind of situation in,
Mm,
in getting your music played and it's not getting out there. Have artists such as yourself tried all any other different outlets to get these reggae music out there, different than just the terrestrial radio? Because, like myself, from you sent me your music,
mm.
I continue to play your music because it's
All right,
music of substance. Is a heavyweight music, and I love it. So
all right.
I share that with my listeners. Also, as to music going down from generation to generation, it's also up to parents.
Right,
Parents in the household need to expose their children to all facets of music. And a lot of children is not being exposed to a lot of our music, those types of music. Go
all
ahead.
right. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say you're on your radio station
Mhm.
and somebody comes in with some music that is really not of any substance, but they pay you well to play it, and your business require your bills to be paid. You will take them and play them for the sake of being paid to keep your business alive.
Mhm.
But apart from yourself being paid, you probably want to make a contribution to the next generation by squeezing two Berry Salmon or two new artists within this little section.
Right.
So at least that is not really what you are supposed to do, but you use that as your contribution to
Mhm.
make sure that something you are doing outside of what you are paid to do, but it is relevant to you. It's like someone looking after an old lady, and
Mhm.
you just stop thinking you're working for a job. I am just helping somebody else to survive, even though you're paid. So you go the extra mile to do differently. I said to a radio DJ one time, I
Okay.
know that many of you collect to play. I don't have a problem if you're broke and you want some money.
Mhm.
But I'm going to give you a challenge in life. Everybody that you are paid to play owe you no obligation. If them boss and win the Grammy and millions, then I have to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend you find one artist that you don't even know, and you say, I am going to make this artist my product and make him an individual, even if him don't know me and me don't know him.
Right.
Because in the future, this man might think when you reach 85 years of 85 years of age and you're no longer on the radar, this man may just remember that you were the one that made me what I am today and return. If
Yes,
you don't make
in,
nobody, and yeah,
in like my as that's why I use the that's why I put out that example there between
yeah,
myself and another one. I don't take money to play music. I even had that discussion with an interview I did a couple of weeks back.
right,
They
right,
were asking me, you know, how much I would play to run their music. I said, no, 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 no. I
mm,
run the music based off of the content in the music, how that
right,
music make me feel. That's how I run my business. I say I don't take money from anyone to play because I don't want to be obligated. Like
right, right,
so, I have a broad opening of I'm able to do that because I don't have to depend on anyone to pay my bills.
right,
You
right,
understand? But like some of those in the radio station they give, that's I don't even work for radio station. I've been offered several
mm,
times to work
mm,
at several different radio stations. When I work at radio stations, when I used to have my radio station, working at a terrestrial station, I paid for my own time because of the fact that I I I play my music off of vibes. I don't want nobody coming and telling me I have to play the same song every hour and on the hour, every 10 minutes I have to play that same song. I don't want that type of structure. So for me, it's easier for me to promote everybody,
right,
especially good music is easier for me than it is for a radio station. So in the governance that you were speaking of, I feel that I don't even think that might happen. I'm
mm,
wondering if something like that can. I won't put negative on it because
right,
sometimes we put it into the universe, it may can manifest. But
mm,
with the with with myself, I'm in it for the love of the
right,
music. For terrestrial radio, a lot of them is in it for the ratings, the
mm,
listenership, and making money. It's a money
right.
thing for them.
But
So
let us say you are fortunate to
yeah,
be able to survive your radio without doing that what they do, and they are not, right? A man say me give you a job, I pay you X, and you do what I do, nothing more, nothing less. But
yeah,
within that time, you only beg them 5 minutes to do something that make you feel good. Many people work at a place that they don't like the job,
right,
but them get paid and then go on weekend and take care of their family.
right,
But during the course of that time, if you don't do something outside of what you don't like, something that makes you feel good, that feel good moment, you will be frustrated on the job,
right,
right? So let us say a man in a radio station, he has to adhere to these regulations. You just waiting for those loopholes to play something that make you feel good.
mhm,
So you can take that minute of time and say, listen, see, I good me, I set them 10 songs here. Me, I say any opportunity that come it way, I go and drop you in this one.
mhm,
Some people not, because if you drop it in, it can make, I see, I always say, you see, when your children go to school,
mhm.
your children spend more time at school than what they spend at home,
Yeah,
because most of the time at home is sleeping time, night time, morning time, evening time, homework.
yeah,
That means the influence you other children grow your children more than you.
yes,
That means they pick up things from the other students in school and take home and be who they are when you wonder why your children is not even like you.
right,
Now, if you take the opportunity to teach other people's children, they will teach your children at school what you teach them.
mhm,
So let us say you are able to see a little guy on the street and you say, no, young man, don't do that and don't do that and do this or do that. You are making some of the children that when they connect with yours. So it is because too many of us, we only see my child. And you
Yeah.
don't realize that, and what I do here, and you don't realize that what you do here influence someone else that come back and influence your children. So if we can take the circle of life and the next generation, that you have people who play music but or make music, but they don't play them in the ears of their children.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that you damage some other people's children that meet your children at school.
Hmm.
So it's what we have the individualism that we use and destroy the whole circle. Which all of this is about life, humanity, and people. And we're only here for a while. I always say when you sleep on your bed, the
Yeah.
only time you remember where you are is when you wake.
Mhm.
So the size of your bed is really insignificant. And some people have a lot of things and they're more unhappy than those who have none. Because if you have a car outside in the night, you can't sleep because every sound you wonder if they're stealing your car. Man don't have no car and don't look out.
Yes. Yes.
You understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's where we place the values, you know?
Yeah. Man, Mackie, the time just run off and
Mm,
so much. Mama Acid just texts me that her electricity just came back on, but she's trying to
mm,
charge her phone. So apologize for my absence. Again, sorry, weather is a mess. We had a tornado going
mm.
on. So Mama Acid, stay safe. I know you're not listening in because you just got your power up. But I know that she wants to reason with you. And
Yeah,
I'm hoping that you can maybe if next week you're available, join us because we are doing a segment for this entire month on
I
entertainment
am ready for it.
on entertainment. One of the questions she did send me earlier was, do you feel that Jamaican artists will ever finally receive their royalty for record sales internationally?
There's a lot of people that don't know anything about the business of music. And that is why so many of our artists from those time, those days, they die a pauper with a lot of great music because they only know how to sing and the zeal to want to sing.
Yeah.
And people who are responsible to ensure that you know what about the business, they know, but they never tell you. Or when you die, someone else collect your royalties. There's a song that song Leave the Crumbs Alone done by myself and Taddy P. And Taddy P asked, called me one day and said to me, but Mackie boy, him have it on a certain platform and it says that somebody else have 100% of it, but it's me and you. So I said, I must go in and join the platform, go in and adjust it. Now, when I went in to adjust, I wasn't even a part of that. I didn't register my song there. When I went in to put in my 50%, somebody else there had 100% that none of us knows.
Mm.
So we have to make the relevant adjustments so that the other person and the person just easily, I will just send an email to the person and say, sorry, okay, and just remove it, no contention. So there are people out there that you who make your music don't know nothing about what it is or what should or what there is. So even if we should say this governance structures I'm talking about, there would be an arm on it that educate people about setting up your thing, setting up thing where you can get your royalties. Because many people don't get no money for nothing at all.
For
And a
not,
lot of people die and somebody else get it. A man going to the studio and say, producer say, come sing on this rhythm. And producer give him $40 and everything is written off in the name of the producer and the artist. Don't know nothing about that. Him just getting $40 and leave.
yeah.
And him waiting on a show to happen for him to be paid. No show not him not get no pay and another man get rich from it.
It's
You
it's
know?
it's a sad thing. I wonder if this governance thing would really work. And who and who will be on who are you gonna pull because we have to go though, but it had me intrigued from I heard you talking about it. What
Yeah.
are you gonna are this whole governance thing, are we pulling from the producers and the radio station and the artists, and who makes the decisions of is it a voting thing in the entertainment industry where we're gonna have them to vote for the persons for these positions? Because
I would think
it's something that I
I
think the
would
government may need to consider. Or
I would think first of all, we
ah,
would have to identify some people that understands the music
all
and
right,
put them together as a what you call an interim body. to begin the thing out, that you can create a constitution as to how it is to run. But the foundation must be a set of people who understand where reggae is coming from. How do you protect it? Because like I said even about Cartel, Cartel for me is one of the greatest artists in Jamaica, even though I not sing what I want to hear.
Yeah.
If them never promote what Cartel sing, him would have sing something else. But because he get the opportunity to get it out there and he's big at that, Cartel could have be big singing anything
Yeah.
because he's a genius. He has melody. He puts his lyrical contents together, very catchy. Suppose if you sing about God, I'm a friend, you would have catch it the style, same thing, just something else. But because that is promoted, it enjoy a man to continue in the line. And I said before, if I get a chance to sentence Cartel, I wouldn't send him to prison.
I know.
I would have just sentence him to sing something different.
Right. I want to talk to you about that. There's lots of things I want to reason with you. I want to reason
Yeah,
with some of your perspective. I I have to go, but I want to reason with you also next time on
yeah,
hotel industry because you made a valid point as to that. I've
yeah,
always said every time I travel to Jamaica, I hear more R&B music than reggae music. More, and
right.
if I'm hearing a lot of the reggae music, is somebody having a cassette
Mm,
are playing a CD or something off of their telephone. In that respective, it's not necessarily like you say from the airwaves.
mm,
I would love to know what's your thoughts on what the radio industry, the terrestrial radio industry, how we will get that part governance so that it's more reggae than R&B, hip hop. How you would work on um, getting um more bands, to form and to play and get the hotels to incorporate that into their day-to-day thing, the beach, make
right.
sure that it's all about reggae like you said, because it
All
should be
right.
all about brand Jamaica. But I
Let
can't
me be.
have you to answer it because I want to wait.
That's a subject by itself. But
That's
in truth, we can't listen to reggae alone. So we want the R&B and the foreigners music for us. Other than that, we wouldn't know Lionel Richie and these people. But
right.
as it relates to when the tourists come to Jamaica, beat them with our thing in the hotel. Export the music to them.
Yeah.
Give us the foreign, the R&B and the real. Let us listen them and like them, but give us our thing too. But give them an opportunity because they are the ones who's buying our things. Feed it on them. Feed it on them. Let export it to Jamaica. When a tourist come to Jamaica, you must hear Jamaica thing in Jamaica. Rare. You
Yeah.
can't have a Jamaica day. We shouldn't have a Jamaica day. Because every day in Jamaica is a Jamaica day.
Should be Jamaica there, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hoping that Babsy is and some of the bigger heads can't wait for next or someone's great show. Can't wait for the next installation. I'm getting texts and all sorts of stuff over this side because we not
We,
only on we just building our YouTube and all of those channels, but we
yeah.
have our listeners via our tuning apps, also our website and 89.1 FM Victorious Radio. Let's say big ups to each and all of the listeners over there that is listening in Covington, Macon, Conyers, Augusta, Monticello. Big ups to each and everyone, Dr. J and the whole Victorious family. We thank each and everyone that's listened to us via our telephone lines, 667-930-9036. Our tune in, and once again, www.dapowerhouseradio. Also, Fresh Vibes Radio, big shout out to you all. We're going to get Mackie Conscious to come back and join us. We have done already gone over the time. But I
Mhm.
want to get a little bit more into Mackie's head there. And I know Mama Acid definitely I know she is totally upset. She and that she is not here because we've been reasoning on getting yourself, getting Don Minot and a couple of other artists that we definitely love and always play on our station. To come and reason with us on the state. There's a whole bunch of questions because I have Queen questions on what you think about um, the British being independent. There's a lot of questions, a lot of folks that said,
You need me for a week on the radio.
I'm gonna need you for a whole week. We have
Yeah.
Berlin says, Berlin says it is a good idea and we need to put it out on the media that reggae government sound good. Okay.
Mm.
The reggae government is so you have we're gonna talk about it more. If you're available, please join us next week. Same
I
time.
am available every time.
Next time, say next week, same time. Mackie,
Yeah.
my song I'm gonna definitely have to play before we leave out. Or do you have a preference? You want what I have? What if I'm on cue and I have leave the crumbs? I'm gonna play leave the
Play,
crumbs.
play, play what you like. But I just want to say one thing. Ask them to visit my channel, Mackie Conscious Views on YouTube. And I have a brand new song coming, which is called Brighter Day. Actually, I'm talking about with all that we have gone through,
Yeah.
as long as we are here, we have a space. That's why we are still here.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a brighter day. Never give up. I have an album coming with that one on it, and this album is gonna call Inspiration. Songs like I'm Alive, Follow Your Dreams, Believe in Yourself, all those songs.
Yeah.
So look out for that. But that song Brighter Day, remember, we just need to think positive, keep the focus. Because with all what happened through this period of time, it's gonna be a brighter day.
In that key, instead of leave the crumbs, I think I'm gonna put the world's in trouble.
Well, go ahead. The world is indeed in trouble.
Ah, oh my goodness. Pick up yourself, Mackie.
Respect.
Hopefully next week, same time. And I'll
Yes.
definitely send you over the link.
We're living in a world today
Out with the big man himself,
which is
Mackie.
getting
It's Reason and
dangerous.
Thursdays, each and every Thursdays, right here on the Powerhouse Radio. Studio Lady T and Mama
It's all
Cass.
because mankind
Spread the word.
failed to live together in unity. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Oh God. Oh yeah. Please tell me why we see so much enemies. Mankind won't live together in unity. Oh yeah. Our brothers destroying our lives. Problems destroying our minds. Yeah. Is this the end of this time? Somebody tell me now, can't you see? Can't you see that something's wrong?
Something is wrong.
This world is in trouble.
Trouble,
Victorious
Can't
89.1 WAKE.
Your unity in the community.
Is in trouble.
trouble, trouble.
Oh, Jah, save us now.
Just save us now.
Oh. Will we ever see nuclear activity?
War, war.
From superpowers around us with the ability. Oh, yeah. Two wrongs just don't make
Just
right.
make it right.
Terrors are hiking crime. Is this the end of time?
This time.
Somebody let me know. I wanna know what's going wrong.
What's
Yeah.
going wrong?
This world is in trouble.
Trouble, trouble.
Can't you see that it's hot? Yeah. Oh, this world is in trouble. Oh, Jah,
You're
oh,
in
Jah,
tune
please
to the
save us
Powerhouse
now.
Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Mackie, I just want to thank you once again for joining me next week. Same time, same place, same station. And thanks for the overtime, Victorious. Thanks for the overtime. Big up on yourself. Ciao, ciao, next week.
Enough respect.
Memphis.
Every man I feel leave the problems alone. Hey. This world is for you and I. Take yours and leave mine. Walk your conscious and for the beat in a different style. Watch this, watch this. Huh. The whole world is like a cake with slices. You get yours, make you don't trouble my peace. Nobody talk about the world in a crisis. Leave the crumbs alone. Oh man, you see a man a climb up the ladder. Never try to make this climb any harder. Out of the way, you're up and lose a trying. Leave the crumbs alone. You better believe. Oh, every man I believe. You better believe. Every man I believe. You better believe. Every man I believe. You better believe. Yeah, you would have believed. Yes, every man want to make some progress. Joe got the walk and another man's success. All this a been a bad fight in the process. Leave the crumbs alone. And if Jaja didn't make you special, how you know blue roses and petal? How you know make out of steel and metal? Leave the crumbs alone. You better believe. Every man I believe. 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 Hey, Toddy P, take a slice. Your slice. Play, Mr. Basie. Oh, God. The whole world is like a cake with slices. You get yours, beg you don't touch my piece.